in these few videos, we're talking about connection. And there are several purposes to connection. One of them is to find physical ways to let the two bodies move completely together. And another one is to make the experience of moving completely together mind-blowingly wonderful, which we do often. But so I'm doing the editing of these videos, and in editing, there are 29 frames to a second of video, and sometimes frequently I end up going frame by frame when I'm doing the editing. And the coolest thing, when I can see us 29 times in a second, and every single time, any place I stop, we're completely together. That is just so cool. And these are techniques that'll help you find that.
So the first thought is that as you dance, I want there to be breath. And this isn't just for the leader, this is for the follower too, right? So breath is just, as you're dancing, instead of being this rigidity, it's before you take a side step, maybe for a leader, you might go, and then you step side. So I actually am breathing and having this sigh in my body. It's not only about what comes into my lungs or my diaphragm or whatever, it's also the use of my body, that I let my body breathe.
However, David says this is the first thought, and this is something that's really hard, and it's, I think, quite advanced. So it's for after you've mastered the steps and after you've mastered some of the dance techniques, then to layer this on top of it gives another dimension to the dancing.
I mean, really, this is sort of an advanced intermediate chapter. This series is advanced intermediate series. So before I take a side step, you'll see that I'll say, and then we'll step. And you might not do that every step, but this idea of breathing as you go, and then you take a pause, you go through, and then on. And it's hard to see it out here, but when I went forward, I took a pause and I went, and then I went forward. So I'm not just static to forward, I'm to forward. So there's that movement in the upper body.
Really, that's a really good point, because that helps the woman know what you're going to do next, which makes it very reassuring to her, because then she's not all tense worrying about how she's going to follow, because it's completely clear what he's going to ask for.
And likewise for the followers, as you're doing this, I want you to think that you don't want to be rigid either.
Right.
So as you hold him, if you keep your body loose and organic, not loose, engaged and organic, but not rigid, then his experience of your dance will be vastly better. That was point one. Point two, and once again, this is a reminder, this is not a beginning chapter or even an intermediate chapter. This is advanced, this is intermediate, or even low advanced. On this, so after you learn to dance from your core and use your torso to initiate movement and get rid of all slack in the system and all these other profound things, then I want you to, for the leaders and for the followers, to experiment with this idea of letting your arms be involved in the dance.
This was very hard for me to learn. David showed me this with the framework of ochos, especially back ochos, remember? And I found it really difficult, but it made a very big difference once I got it.
So for the leaders, let me exaggerate this. A normal basic might look like this. And you'll see as I do this that I keep my arms very still. You know, my arms aren't moving at all, or almost at all. That's a normal basic. Here's a basic where I'm letting my arms partake in the dance. That's good. No, it's very subtle, but it makes the dance about the whole body. It's not just about the movement of the center or through the torso. So the arms do have this breath in them. So as I go side, there's that movement in the arms. And for the followers, you do the same. So if we do this together,
And that's probably more movement than we would have normally.
oh yes, we're exaggerating this terribly, so it's easy to see on camera. It's really very subtle.